Thanks, Doug. I appreciate it. Hey, look, there's two things I want to talk about specifically today. You know, when I announced I was running for president, I said I was doing it for three reasons. One, to restore the soul of the nation. And by the way, America's been an idea. We're unique in all of history. Unlike any other nation in the world, you can't define who an American is based on ethnicity, race, religion, country of origin. I mean it literally. Think about it. Try to explain to your grandchildren what constitutes being an American. It can't be defined like you can define other nations based on heritage and ethnicity. We are an idea. We, in fact, talk about it. Even though people don't, even if they've never read the Constitution, it's about, we hold these truths to be self-evident. In the Declaration, all men and women are created equal, endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, life, liberty, the pursuit of that. No nation has ever been organized on that principle. Or we the people, in order to form a more perfect union. As the video said, we've never fully lived up to that notion. But we've never thoroughly abandoned it before. But we've abandoned it now. We've abandoned it now. And it's critically important. You know, there's a conservative columnist writes for the New York Times named David Brooks. I think he's a pretty smart guy. He wrote an article a long time ago. He said, you know, we're in a situation in the United States where, like most countries, there's an invisible moral fabric that holds up society. And you know what it's made up of? It's an American code: decency, honor, leaving no one behind, treating everyone with respect, believing there's something bigger than yourself. And he said it's being built, it's being blended. Again, we've never fully lived up to it, but we've never ever walked away from it before. So folks, the first thing we have to do is start to, once again, treat people with dignity and respect. Because again, our children are listening. They're listening, and our silence is complicity. That's the reason I decided to run. I hadn't planned on running again. I worked like the devil for the last Democratic nominee, did 84 events for her. I think she would have made a great president, but here we are. Donald Trump is ripping the skin off of this country, ripping the fabric. The second reason why I said I was running, and I'll say it again, and it goes to a couple things I want to talk to you about today very briefly. The second thing is that we have to restore the backbone of the country. Well, you might just sit down, sir. Don't be Donald Trump. Don't be a trumper here, okay? Please. Folks, this is what I mean about American politics. Sir, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. No, but it's part of what we have to change. It's part of what we have to change. Look, folks, I'm just going to very briefly mention three things today. Number one, I think that one of the things that is clear to me as I go around the country and in this state as well, that everyone is entitled to is access to affordable, decent health care. So people don't have to make choices. People don't have to make choices between, getting their groceries or paying for prescriptions. They don't. debate going on as to one of the proudest days of my career as vice president with President Obama is when we passed Obamacare. And we made sure that over 100 million people with pre-existing conditions could afford to get coverage. We made sure that we're in a position that 60 million, 20 million people who never had coverage before had coverage. And it goes on from there. But the point is, we now have a debate going on. This is sort of a three-way debate. There's a debate that Donald Trump wants to do away with all of Obamacare and not have any health insurance. Although I found out, I found out that I learned the other day he said he's the reason why pre-existing conditions were covered. I think he is a pre-existing condition. But the second thing is that there's another group who wants to do away with Obamacare because they think that it's better to have a program, Medicare for all. And then there's the third option, and it's the Biden option, which is one that takes Obamacare, builds on it, provides a public option of Medicare, if you want it, significantly reduces drug prices, reduces co-pays, and limits the ability for people to be caught with those out-of-pocket expenses that no one anticipates. You show up and you find out you have a doctor in a hospital who wasn't part of the plan, and you get this hidden bill, this wonderful bill out of the blue. It takes care of all that. And by the way, it costs a fair amount of money. It cost over $700 billion over 10 years. That's a lot of money. That's a whole lot of money. But it doesn't raise anybody's taxes because we're in a situation where we can get that done by just making two changes in the tax code, making sure people pay their capital gains based on the rate they pay their taxes. That raises $800 billion over 10 years. But here's the deal. I can get that done, I can get it done quickly, and we can cover people. But it's not going to cost $35 trillion over 10 years. That's going to raise everybody's taxes significantly. But most importantly, in a state like yours, where they have strong unions, where you in fact have negotiated, giving up significant wages to be able to get the kind of coverage you want, you're able to keep your insurance if you choose to do that. Under the Medicare for All, you must give up your private insurance. You have no choice. You have no choice at all. It's written into the law. And when the author of it says, he said, damn it, I wrote it. And they said, how much is it going to cost? He said, well, we'll all find out. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, you're going to get that passed through the Senate. Who knows? But my generic point is this. We can do this. We can do this without raising people's taxes. We can do this without being in a position where the middle class has to pay more. And we can significantly reduce, across the board, the cost of health care up and down the line. The second thing I want to mention to you is, and it's so important, is that what we have to do here about Social Security and Medicare. The fact is, you look at what the president has said. He's made the point that he offered a budget that cuts almost $1 trillion from, I'm serious, from health care and Medicare and Social Security. Ladies and gentlemen, we should be raising the ability for people to have more from Social Security, particularly if you lost a spouse and you lost part of the Social Security benefits you jointly had, or if you're living longer than in fact was anticipated and you cannot afford to maintain it. And so I do that. The way to do that is, right now everybody pays about 6.5% of their income through every paycheck, up to the salary of about $130,000. But guess what? After that, no one pays any more than that. Well, what I do is make sure that everybody over $400,000 pays the same 6.5% out of their paychecks as you would if you were making $10,000 or $50,000 or $60,000. So what that does, it significantly guarantees that your grandchildren will have their Social Security because it makes it available for decades and decades to come. It completely funds it. But the second thing it does, it allows us to raise the benefits for people receiving Social Security who need it now. And so, folks, there's a lot we should and can do, and we can do it easily. It's about making sure that people who broke their necks their whole lives don't have to give up every single solitary thing they've ever saved for in order to be able to live a decent life. And the other thing is that, folks, talk about moral depravity. How many of you had found yourself in sending your grandchildren, and some of you your children, to school this year? First